Hey, I'm Danielle, a techie serial entrepreneur.
I'm Cicely, a health tech nurse.
I'm Priscilla, and I'm an award-winning creative.
Welcome to the More Than Graphics podcast, a virtual safe space for women and minorities in the tech and creative industry. Together, we're that tribe. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Danielle with the More Than Graphics podcast, and I'm flying solo. How are y'all? Like, this is real. It's 2025. It is our final episode of the More Than Graphics podcast. And yes, I am steering the ship, the whole dang ship. We're also ending the year on a high note, being ranked a top 10% podcast by listennotes.com and being a multi-nominated podcast in two countries, two in 2025. Like, this is so epic for us, and it's so cool that it's come full circle because I've got somebody on the show who's really going to be talking about a great topic to kind of kick off really 2026, but ending 2025. How are we celebrating? How about with this iconic episode entitled Defy? MTG is certainly defying the odds, and this is such a full circle moment for me to kind of sit in the seat actually by myself, because that's kind of how I started this podcast from the very beginning, was sitting in this seat just thinking entirely about women and how we can empower our introverted selves and how we can connect with each other and start and build community amongst each other without necessarily having to physically be arm in arm in the same space. So this was my way of doing that. And here we are 7 seasons later, still sitting in this chair with amazing guests across the board, across the world, who are sharing their stories, their insights, their wealth, their wisdom with others who need that leg up in this space. So welcome. So I'm Danielle, your techie retro pixel sorceress who's always pushing marketing and creative tech for minority entrepreneurs. And again, I mentioned that today's topic episode is Defy gravity. Like, you have to break it out because that's kind of how this works. If you have already seen part 2 of Wicked, like, you're my best friend. But I just want to keep that conversation, that momentum going. So I hope that when you think of the word defy, you're thinking of that soaring, that putting that foot down, maybe even cocking the hip, y'all know what I'm talking about, especially Black women. Y'all understand. We cock that hip on the side real quick when we catch an attitude or something along those lines. I need you to put yourself in that mode and then move forward with our guest today. So today's guest is my fellow friend and fellow digital marketing expert, Heidi Faber. With over 8 years of experience in digital marketing, Heidi has worked with agencies and corporate brands across North America, Canada, and the US, specializing in paid ads, high converting ads on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Google, email marketing, engaging campaigns that drive sales, and social media management, building brands and communities online. And for the past 5 years, she has been helping business to business and business to consumer and e-commerce brands scale their revenue by 30 to 40% within the first 3 to 4 months of working together. Holy cow. Her approach blends data-driven strategies and creative execution, making digital marketing effortless and practical for her clients. When she is not optimizing campaigns, you'll find her traveling the world, exploring new cultures, and keeping up with the latest tech and social trends. Welcome, Heidi!
Hey, how's it going?
I feel like we just did this.
Yeah.
I love that you're here in this space for More Than Graphics. This is what it's all about, right? Like, when we first got to even like talking and just kind of networking with each other, working through and with each other and around each other, and now here we are, like, doing live talks. We did a live TikTok recently in the past. Check that out on TikTok. We did this part 1 and part 2, and then I am so glad that you're here on this platform to talk about all the amazing goodness that comes out of your brain when it comes to digital marketing. So yeah, girl, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I know it's been a cumulative moment to get here, but I feel like we've been rocking with each other all year, and I'm glad to be here finally in your space.
I know, right? Welcome to my house. Yeah, I love it. So, okay, so we're talking about Defy, and I know we're both huge Shiz fans and all the things, but how do you define Defy?
Well, on a personal level, I define it by, pushing borders, trying new things, being bold enough to do it. And obviously, I also translate that into my marketing. So, doing different strategies, trying different ways to push the envelope, giving it fresh and snackable content,
Mhm.
fun and different.
Oh, I love that. And I love the fact too that, we talk about that snackable and you mention it all the time. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Um, because I love snackable content and you share a lot of this wealth and knowledge over on our TikTok, over on the TikTok platform. But I also kind of, as we talk about more about what you consider to be Defy, like I think a lot of other women and a lot of other minorities relate to that. Is there a time when you had to grow up or out of something, and what did it teach you?
I think I had to kind of grow up and learn like kind of like no one's coming. I know that sounds kind of bleak sometimes, but no one's coming, so do it. Save yourself, be the princess, be the hero, uh, push the borders, and keep trying. It's never a fail.
Oh, I love that. I think, like, we all have to be our own Princess Peach, right? When we see that
Yeah,
in the Mario Brothers movie and she's like, "I'm doing this, and I can jump these leaps and these bounds, and I'm gonna, climb that mountain." And we have to kind of put ourselves in that place sometimes in order for us to kind of connect the dots that in order to get from point A to point B, we gotta go, right? We have to move.
yeah,
Cicely likes to say, we can't grow if we don't go. And I think that's such an incredible profound statement that we continually use throughout the season. You gotta go. You gotta move. You gotta do something.
gotta get it.
Yeah. I love that. And the whole like save yourself thing. Like I definitely have moments throughout my life and my career where I was really kind of in a stagnant place. And the only way that I can move forward through it is to move, right? Is to go either forward or backward, but you can't be still.
Yes,
So yeah, those are hard lessons to learn, but it is always fruitful and beneficial long term.
for sure. Especially in this climate and this season, we're wrapping up the year, we're going into a new year. You definitely want to keep it fresh. You don't want to be stagnant. You can keep some of the strategies from the previous year, but you got to keep growing and moving with them.
Oh, I love that. So your approach blends data-driven strategies and creative execution. So can you share an example of a time when a traditional marketing rule was defied by data-driven insight, leading to maybe a significant revenue increase?
Yeah. So, you know, funny enough, the most influential people sometimes are the ones that are not at the top in management. And that's a very hot take because, the CEO always feels like they're right.
Mm.
So you kind of want to listen to the CEOs, but kind of take it with a grain of salt. The guys that you actually make the most and move the needle the most, I would say, are the sales teams. So they're the ones talking to people. They're the ones who know what the clients want, know what they need. And if you listen to those guys, you will move a needle. You will see a difference in your revenue. You will see happier clients. And you'll definitely get the results that you're looking for because you're producing what is actually needed in the market.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of that. What's that Shark Tank guy? Something Caruso. What's his last? I can't think of his
Oh,
name.
I can't remember it either.
But he also said the same thing. He was like, "What's the number one thing you could tell a small business and to grow and grow exponentially?" And he said, "Keep all your business in the sales. Like keep your sales team tight."
Yes.
And I completely agree with you. Like it is so important. Me as a person who's more on the CEO side, like I am listening to my team. That's like my job is to not only just be a face for this company, but also listen to the people who are doing the work, right? And I think that's so true telling for many of us as small business owners as we're going into the next year to really kind of keep your ear to the ground, keep
Yes.
listening and learn. That's something too, like hard for a lot of people. So I'm glad that you shared that. And I'm sure that has definitely increased revenue. I'm going to keep using that number 30 to 40%.
Yeah, I mean the sales team because 9 times out of 10, usually the CEO is not your target audience. They
Mhm.
already, have the product, they've designed it, they've spent hours with it, it's their baby. So they protect it, and the sales
Mhm.
guys they're out on the battleground usually trying to fight, so they know what's up.
That's right. Oh, I love it. Okay, so many brands struggle to scale, which kind of leads on to my next question here. Well,
Mhm.
what's one common status quo in digital marketing you frequently challenge with clients to achieve these results?
Don't always be like your competition. You know, you can see what they're doing, but also see what they're not doing. So,
Mm.
kind of find the loopholes and the faults that they are. I mean, you can definitely look at some of the bigger brands as, superheroes or ideals, but you don't want to be exactly like them. You want to be different. You still want to be original because that's probably what got you in the market and got your first couple sales to begin with. So you kind of want to keep going that route. But you want to be within industry standards too, for sure. Uh, but don't want to be status quo.
Oh man, I think I love this one the most because that has totally been like, for instance, my company Octane has been that pillar. I feel like we have been able to share digital marketing goals and strategies and be unique, but be unique in our voice without having to adapt or be something that we're not. So I love that advice because so many of us see the trends, right? Like we see that it's, whatever's trending on TikTok or Instagram, and we feel like, oh, I need to copy paste that,
Yeah.
directly and make that, and then I'll become, viral or trending, etc. And really, you're just being contributing to the noise, right?
Yes.
And so I love that advice. And I think also I kind of shared in a previous class with Northside Public Library about AI in business, about how to actually use maybe AI or other areas of GTPs to kind of help you do that marketing research in some areas so that you do know what the differences are between some of the different brands and how you can differentiate without having to, necessarily fork out an arm and a leg for all the extra leg work to do it, right?
It's
I know
true.
that that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so with experience across America, how
Mhm.
have you seen the digital marketing landscape defy geological boundaries? And what's a key lesson you've learned about adapting strategies for different cultures and markets?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I'm Canadian, as you know. So we have a very diverse audience up here. So we have lots of cultures and lots of backgrounds, and we really do try and embrace that with our marketing, whether that's just by representation, visually, or changing things to their language, or kind of marrying both, and making sure it's visual and to their language. So that's something I've seen. North America really embrace, both Canada and the U.S.
Mhm.
Um, it's becoming more diverse in the sense of the messaging, how it's coming across, and again, even in the languages it's coming across in. And people are making sure that they're being very cognitive of their representation in their marketing, and that they are segmenting their markets. So making sure the
Mm.
right audiences get the right messaging, and that it's sensitive. And they're very focused on copywriting in a sense of colloquial terms, and making sure it translates clean, and then the message is getting home to the right people.
Oh, I love this because there is such a difference in tone and voice between addressing Americans and addressing Canadians or
Yeah.
addressing Europeans over in Europe or addressing, in any other, parts of the world. So I think that's so important that you mentioned segments because that's incredibly important. Go
Yes.
girl. So many people don't know what that is. Could you explain a little bit more about what segments are?
So segments is if you have, like, for an easy example is like you have a mailing list, people have signed up, and you want to kind of break that large list into smaller sections, whether that be defined by the product that they've signed up for, their interests by demographics, or even just any other terms that you've come into with your own business on how you define your message. Just making sure that people get the right message. That's the main important thing about a segment or an audience sector within a larger list.
I love this. Oh my gosh, yes, all the things. So segments is really a great way for you to be more targeted, really is kind of what I'm summarizing here from what you were explaining about what segments can do.
Yeah.
Um I also love the fact that, segments can speak to different people in different ways. And I love the fact that when we talk about marketing, how that can be so varied, as you mentioned before, being intentional about geography. right? So something that's happening in America right now is not going to be as beneficial to talk about in Canada, right? Or the opposite, something that's happening in Canada is not going to be as beneficial to talk about, in Texas, right? Like we need to, know our language, know our voices, but also be targeted in that way so that you can bring up the things that matter and hopefully incite a sale from that. So I'm hoping people are picking up what you're putting down, Heidi, because that's good.
Yeah, I hope so too, especially now the holidays. You want to get the right one.
That's right. That's right. So the digital world is so saturated, right? How do you help brands defy the noise and stand out? Like, can you talk about a campaign where you use maybe a creative approach to capture attention in an unexpected way?
Yeah, there's been a lot of times I've worked on different projects, but to be honest, the best way for all of them is just to like really lean into their uniqueness.
Mm.
So every business has a unique, value to the market. And we don't want to kind of dim in that shine, but actually enhance it with marketing. So we want to showcase, your value proposition, what makes you different, or even if it makes you the same, like why you're better than somebody else without being rude, but still being competitive, and kind of pushing that boundary just outside of price. So again, if that's being diverse, segmented, or just visually, if we can do it with colors or representation, we love to really like lean into that, and that really helps you stand out from the crowd and the noise. And your audience will find you that way, and you'll have better results, better sales, and you'll probably be in business a lot longer.
Oh, I love that. That's been a good recipe for us as well. Like showcasing that representation. It's okay to be a gamer girl and a business owner at the same time. It's okay to, be all about the statistics and numbers and still want to play D&D by the end of the day. Like we can be all the things, right? That's many of our listeners are these types of people. So I love the fact that you mentioned that. Like it's smart to play on your unique value proposition as you just noted. So I love this. Is so good. Okay, so when you're optimizing campaigns, what's an obvious metric or insight you look for that most people might miss, but you find is kind of crucial?
So it depends on what you're trying to market, but generally one that's missed is the demographic of your audience, especially on Google, because most people think you're just searching and it's all about keywords and making sure you have the right keywords and the algorithm can find you and the AIs can find you. And yes, those are all fine and dandy. But then again, it matters once these people come to you. So you want to make sure that they're within the right household demographic, the right age. You also want to make sure they're in the right income. Some people have more expensive products, some people have more economic products, and you want to make sure you're targeting the right audiences outside of just keywords and search terms.
Oh, I love that
Yeah.
because people don't know. A lot of people just don't know.
Yeah, they're just. I want more search words and more key terms, Heidi. And do I bid on this keyword or not? And I'm like, well, we can only do so much with that because we can never really know how someone is searching for something or where they're searching for it, whether they're just visiting an aunt or an uncle or a son or a daughter, or they actually live there.
Right.
So we just want to make sure, we're targeting the right people always.
Oh, that's so smart. Yes. I love this. Okay, so when we talk about your bio, right? Your bio mentions traveling and exploring new cultures. How does stepping outside your comfort zone in your personal life, whether through travel or keeping up with the latest trends, how does that influence your personal ability to defy expectations and really innovate for your clients?
Honestly, the short, sweet answer is connection. I have done some very weird things in my travel. I have slept in the Sahara Desert for 7 nights, trekked through with camels. I have traveled all up and down Italy. I've gone to the UK. I've done various parts of America, partied in Vegas, sleepless nights in New York, been to Seattle. So those are all part of my travels. And at the end of the day, it's all about connection. It's all about learning those people in that area and what they like, what they don't like, colloquial terms again, and just connecting with them and, kind of being part of them for the moment. So that has taught me so much about, cultures and messaging and what resonates. And I take that, I'm such a marketing nerd. So I take that and like use it later, like write it down in a little book. But,
That's
but
cool.
yeah, that's one thing I love about travel. I've also lived in the Caribbean for 2 years. I'm of South American descent, so I've been down there as well. And yeah, we're all the same but different. So as they would say, same but different.
I love it. Girl, tell that. That is awesome. I love the fact that you bring a lot of your personal experiences into ways that could be beneficial, right, for others, specifically in the areas of digital marketing, but also just in life experiences. And I know that when we, like, even when we first met, we were definitely talking about ways and spaces that we can collide and collaborate and what other groups do you know that have more people of color that we could talk about and like things along those lines. And I was more than willing to just empty whatever I had to like here and try this group and try this group and talk to this person. Let me connect you here on LinkedIn. Like all those type of things are so important as we walk into this new year. Collaborating, connecting, that's so vital to our growth beyond 2025. So I'm hoping that you're learning from Heidi, and I hope that you're learning from a lot of these episodes that we've talked about in regards to collaboration and networking with each other.
Yeah, and I appreciate connecting with you. And I have tried all those groups, and I've had so much fun talking to different ones and learning, and obviously rocking with you throughout the year. So it's been a blast.
Yes, girl, this is such a win. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I actually asked this question to every guest on our show. Either me or one of our podcast sisters always ask, but what did you want to be growing up and how does it reflect what you do now?
So funny enough, so my favorite movie since I was a very small age was Stepmom with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon.
Yes.
That was
No.
my favorite. It still is my favorite movie. But everyone's like, that's such a grown-up movie for such a kid. But like, I absolutely loved it because
That was the jam.
yeah, and Julia Roberts was a like high fashion photographer. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a high fashion photographer living in New York in a loft. I wanted to take pictures. I didn't really care to be a stepmom, but
Yeah, I was about to
that
say,
was,
what about
that
the
was part of
younger
it.
mom?
That part was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Sure, why not? I'm not a stepmom currently, but yeah, that was what I wanted to be, a high fashion photographer. And then I went to school for photography. I did it all through high school. I went to special high schools. And then in college, technology started to change. So I made a pivot and then went into multimedia. And then from that, I went into marketing. So I worked at Black's Photography. That's a big photography brand that used to be up here in Canada,
Wow.
and worked with them for many years. And then again, sadly, Instagram took over and kind of ruined my high fashion photography dreams because everyone thought they were a photographer overnight.
Right.
Uh, but then I fell in love with marketing and pivoted, and I still get to deal with photography and photographers, but I leave the artwork to them now. And I kind of take their art and make sure it's seen again by the right audiences.
Oh, I love that. Oh, excuse me, the feels. I love it. Warm heart feels. Okay, so we can sing "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" anytime you
Yes.
want. Anytime I am here, I will play backup.
Okay. I sing, but I sing and only dogs can hear the notes. So take that with a grain of salt, but
I love it. So for people who I'm sorry, I'm like laughing. Sorry, it really is like a genuine laugh. So for people who want to connect with you, follow your work, learn more about what you do, or even perhaps invest in your services, where can they go?
best way to find me is actually on LinkedIn. So just look at my name, Heidi Faber. You'll find me on LinkedIn. Feel free to send me a message, connect with me. I'm always open for connections, and we can go from there.
I love. Okay, y'all, for y'all can seriously hit up Heidi on LinkedIn whenever you want, right? Because there's a control there. She can actually, respond when she wants.
Yes.
So yes, hit her up on LinkedIn. I absolutely love Pixel Atlas. I love all the things that you're doing with the company and what you are personally doing and just sharing information, making it knowledgeable, leveling out the equity scale because there's so much of us that struggle as minorities in the world that just don't have that same equal access to information. So the fact that you're sharing that knowledge is just golden nuggets for our community. Eat it up, y'all. Eat it all up. Okay, I think we're ready to move on to our flash guest questionnaire. Are you ready to play?
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so whatever comes out of your mind, just spit it right on out. There's no harm, no foul. There is no filter. So design disaster. Tell us about a project that went hilariously wrong. What happened, and what did you learn from it?
Okay, so there was this one time I was working on a paid ad I was working for an agency that dealt with children's toys. So anything from infancy to college. And this company spent over $200,000 a month on wooden car toys. So literally just wooden car toys, just like from back in the day, very nostalgic. And we were supposed to pour all our money into a nostalgic feel, targeting grandparents, which again was kind of ironic to us because we're like, grandparents not really on Facebook. Like at that time, they were not like
Yeah.
Facebook was like the thing.
Yes.
It wasn't like now, like all these Gen Zers are like, oh, Facebook is like for old people.
Right.
So at the time, people were just getting used to Facebook and, ads were kind of a thing. But we wanted to place ads to then make these grandparents download a coupon and then go into store and purchase this wooden car. And it was only at certain Targets at the time.
Oh my God.
Yes. So that, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory how that went, but that is probably the most number one campaign I'll always remember, is like trying to advertise nostalgic feels for wooden car toys in 2000s.
Wow, that's deep.
Exactly.
That could go down a whole nother rabbit hole. Oh my gosh. Yeah, design disaster. Wow. Okay, creative fuel. What's your secret source of inspiration when you're feeling creatively drained? Where do you go, or what do you do to recharge?
I love to be with my friends and family. So when I'm not working, I love foolishness. I love jokes. I love practical jokes. I love to goof around. So I will totally recharge by probably playing a prank on somebody and, just getting a good laugh and running around for like 20 minutes, just dancing or singing, again, hitting notes that I have no business hitting. Exactly. I actually love Wicked. So I think I'm Ariana Grande on a Tuesday. So
Yes.
I will be running around in pink singing.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yes. This is why we're friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Desert island tools. If you were stranded on a desert island and could only bring 3 tools, digital or physical, what would they be and why?
Does a boat count?
Totally.
Okay, so I'm bringing a boat. Like I'm bringing a yacht.
Here I was thinking it was like a rowboat. No, bringing a yacht. Okay, got it.
A yacht. And it's no longer a desert island. It's my home.
She gonna put that mailbox right in the middle.
Yes. I loved living in the Caribbean. I love island life. I do not think that's destitute at all. So I would stay there. As long as there's the other 2 islands will probably be a private chef and a captain.
Because the captain could be the destinator and the server at the same time, right? Like we're thinking, yes.
Actually, I have no problem serving myself. As long as someone else is cooking, I'm fine. I don't need a maid. I'll clean. It's fine. I don't want to cook, and I don't want to figure out where I'm going in the morning.
There you go. Hey, that sounds like my kind of thing. I need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, time traveling critique. If you could travel back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Funny enough, it'd probably be like, leave some of those boys behind, leave them alone. Leave them alone. They didn't do anything for you. They're not gonna do anything for you. Just keep investing in yourself. I mean, I was very focused growing up, but yeah, just leave some of them. Leave some of them.
Skip that chapter. Oh my goodness. Okay, last question. Unconventional canvas. What's the most unusual or unexpected place you'd love to create work? Like think beyond a canvas or a screen.
I would love to probably do something in Europe, probably France, south of France, very specific. Probably with like a liquor company. I would love to like venture into that world, a European liquor company in the south of France maybe in the film industry too. Probably marry those industries and figure something
Yes.
out in that world.
Oh, please let me be your content creator. Please,
Yes.
just take me. Just take me, Heidi. Just take me. I love
Yes.
it. I would love to do that. Like, just
Yeah.
if that ever comes across and you need
I'll
like
call
a
you.
plus one, I will leave my kids for that. Like,
It's work. Don't worry, it's work related.
it's work related, right? Exactly. But that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, if there was like some extra, magical project that you could work on, what would that be? And you nailed that. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you passed our flash questionnaire. Yay,
Ooh,
100. And I really just want to thank you for like such camaraderie throughout this entire year, like without crying. Like, this has been so fun just to do lives with you occasionally across different platforms, to just know you as a person and to just learn from you and gain extra knowledge and tidbits that help me thrive my business and thrive myself personally. So thank you. I love
thank
our friendship.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, I feel the same. Thank you. You've helped me so much as well, personally and professionally. And it doesn't end here just because the year is ending. So we'll take it into the new year as well, and we'll continue to grind and throw.
I love it. Okay, y'all. Seriously, this is a wrap. I don't have any other final thoughts other than just being so thankful for the experience that I've had in season 8. Being so thankful for my podcast sisters, Cicely and Priscilla, who are definitely not on this episode, but we will be celebrating in our live episode in December. So be on the lookout for that. I'm just so grateful that we continue to tell stories. We continue to share our woes, our tribulations, our shortcomings, but also celebrate those wins and celebrate those victories and all the moments in between that make life lifing, right? So thanks to everybody for tuning in to the More Than Graphics podcast. For exclusive emails and comprehensive episode details, please visit mtgthepodcast.com. Don't forget to connect with us on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook by following hashtag MTGThePodcast. So until we meet again, like in 2026, we're reminding you that you're more than the work you produce. You are certainly more than your name badge, and you are definitely more than graphics. Happy New Year, y'all. This tribe with a vibe needs you. Share MTG on social media, on your lunch break with peers, or send an episode to your techie bestie. This podcast is produced by Octane Design Studios. Catch you next time.